Hey, what's going on, friends? It is Slash687 here, back at it again with another PC related video. Today, what I'm talking about is a $900 PC guide. But before I get into that, I would like to let you all know that I have made an Amazon's associate account. That's right, I have associated myself with Amazon, and pretty much what that means is if you guys want, I can generate a special link on my account, and it's a link for like a product, pretty much anything you want on Amazon, and if you use that link to go to the product and buy it, I get a small kickback off of the price of that item. So it helps out with, as far as YouTube goes, it helps me get the money to actually build these PCs in real life and benchmark them for you guys like I did for the $200 real life PC build. So if you want anything off Amazon, anything at all, whether it's PC components, whether it's dog food, whether it's anything, just go to my business email. It should be down in the description, and email me, and I can generate a link for you, and we can get this show on the road. But let's get into the actual video. Like I said, I'm talking about a $900 gaming PC build, and it does not have a Pascal GPU in it because they haven't officially launched as of today, but it's going to be subject to change once Nvidia's Pascal line of GPUs comes out. But until then, I have something else, a 900 series Nvidia GPU. But let's get into the video. So for the CPU, I went with the Intel Core i5-6600K. It is a 3.5 gigahertz quad-core CPU based on the Skylake architecture. It is a K-series CPU, so you do have the unlocked voltage, meaning you can adjust that and use it to your advantage as far as overclocking goes. Also, it has turbo boost. It turbos up to 3.9 gigahertz, and it takes only 91 watts of power. It's a very power efficient chip. Skylake is a very good architecture. It's not leaps and bounds over Haswell or anything like that, but it's pretty good. i5-6600K for only $233 right now, and overall, for a CPU, you can't go wrong with this thing. It's gonna last you well into the future and should serve you just fine for gaming and editing or whatever else you want to do with it. Next up, I have an aftermarket CPU cooler to help cool this thing for some good overclocking, hopefully. I went with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. You all know what this thing is. It is the most purchased CPU cooler you can get. It has about 4 heat pipes, I believe, copper heat pipes, and a pretty solid chunk of aluminum, and it just is great as far as cooling is concerned on a budget. It's only $24, and the only complaint I've ever really heard about this thing is that it's kind of difficult to install, but once you get past that, this thing will cool your CPU wonderfully and allow for amazing overclocking. It has over 1,000 reviews on PC Part Picker and has 4.6 stars, so as far as budget cooling goes, you can't go wrong with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. The motherboard, this is where I cheaped out a little bit. I went with a Gigabyte GA H110 Micro ATX motherboard. You all have seen this thing if you've watched any of my builds. I use it a lot. It only has 2 memory slots, but it does support up to 32 gigabytes of DDR4, does not support Crossfire, does not support SLI, has 4 SATA 6 gigabit per second ports, does have USB 3.0, but other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. It's kind of bare minimum. It's a micro ATX motherboard, like I said, so it's not really huge. It doesn't allow for a lot of upgrading down the line, but it's gonna get the job done in this build, and it's not anything crazy. But if you want to upgrade the motherboard in the future, I would definitely recommend it because this thing is not gonna allow for that much expansion. For the RAM, I went with the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16GB kit. It comes in 2 8GB sticks of DDR4 clocked at 2400 MHz. It comes in 2 sticks, so you can take advantage of dual channel memory, and it will max out all the slots for RAM on our motherboard. But if you want to upgrade to 32GB down the line, you're gonna have to get 16GB sticks, so that kinda is a bummer, but it is what it is. Our motherboard was kinda cheap, so we only got 2 RAM slots. But overall, this RAM's just gonna do what RAM does. It's very fast, it's DDR4, so you can really count on that, and 16 gigabytes of it is gonna be plenty for gaming, editing, and anything you could possibly wanna do on a PC. For the storage, I went with a Seagate Barracuda 2TB 7200 RPM internal hard drive. Nowadays, a 2TB hard drive is only something like an extra $20 compared to a 1 terabyte, so it's a no-brainer to go for 2 terabytes whenever you possibly can afford to, because 1 terabyte does not get you nearly as far as it could a while ago. So 2 terabytes is definitely going to be fine for all the games, all the pictures, all the media, anything you could possibly want to store. 2 terabytes is going to do you good. 3 terabytes or 4 terabytes would be even better, but for $65, 2 terabytes, very good deal right here with a Seagate Barracuda hard drive. Next up, the most important part of this gaming PC, the video card. I went with an MSI GeForce GTX 980 4GB of VRAM edition. This thing is not gonna blow your mind with its crazy aftermarket cooling. In fact, it only has a single blower style fan, but at the end of the day, it's still a GTX 980, meaning it has 2048 CUDA cores, a base clock of 1126, 4GB of VRAM, and overall very, very, very good performance on that Maxwell architecture. It's gonna run cool, and it should allow for pretty good overclocking, but overall, you're getting a GTX 980 for $370. That's just a ridiculous price for a 980. It's almost as much as a 970 used to cost. So you're only $50 more than a 970 for a full-blown GTX 980, so you really can't go wrong with this GPU. A very good deal right now, and you're just gonna see the prices continue to decrease once the GTX 1080 and 1070 come out, so very good deal. For the case, I went for the Corsair 200R mid-tower case. This thing is very good. I recommend it in all of my builds. It's $50, and for that money, you're getting a lot. It has great airflow, great cable management, and it looks pretty nice, in my opinion. Some people might not like it. Some people might think it's a little bit plain, but I love it. The power supply, I want the Corsair CXM 650 watt 80 plus bronze certified semi-modular power supply. It's $50, 650 watt, and it's made by Corsair. They make very good power supplies, 80 plus bronze certified, so you're gonna be kind of efficient. And that's gonna wrap up the build. We come in at a total of $897. So you come in $2 under budget, meaning you can buy a $2 item on Amazon using my affiliate code. Just kidding. If you want to, you can, but I'm not forcing you. So be sure to subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video and join the /think tank. Be sure to like this video if you liked the video. Be sure to leave a comment if you have any questions, and the beautiful men and women in the /think tank will help you out. We'll solve the world's problems. We'll build PCs like madmen. I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Peace.